Hey Thrivers, Heather Choate here. I hope you're doing awesome today. Hope you guys all had a wonderful Independence Day with your lovely families. And I just want to say thank you and welcome, welcome to all new members. Our group has seen incredible explosive growth in just the last few months, and we're really grateful for that. It shows me that there is a real need for this type of group, and I appreciate your willingness to reach out and get help with your marriages. Many couples are struggling out there. We already know that about 50% end in divorce, but that does not account for those that choose to stay together in less than ideal circumstances. And today I want to talk about why most couples never see the results they want in their marriage. So, never in my life have I met a couple that didn't experience challenges in their relationship. It is part of the roller coaster of marriage. There are hard times and there are difficult times. And those challenges, those difficulties really define you personally in your life, and they define your marriage as well. I personally believe that challenges are great for you. I believe that they are a necessary part of your marital health. I believe they are a necessary part of your personal health. The truth is, if we didn't have these challenges, if everything was easy and everything was comfortable all the time, we would become lackadaisical, right? We adjust to our circumstances. And when things are easy, we become lazy, we become comfortable, and we do not grow. And so the real test is to change your mind frame and the story that you have about challenges. Okay, so I want to invite you to do a little test with me about this. So often I see that challenges, they give permission to people to slide backwards in their lives. And this comes up when you do things like you allow fear to paralyze you from moving forward, right? You allow fear to turn you against the people that you love the most. You allow the tension of these different challenging circumstances. And I know they're challenging. I've been there, right? I know that it is hard. But when you allow it to create tension in your marriage, or you take your stress out on your partner or your children or those that you love the most, this is when challenges really slide us backwards in our lives. When you look at all of the reasons why you're going to fail and you talk about the negativity, when all you can see is the challenge itself, then that challenge, you are sliding backwards in your life and in your marriage. Oftentimes, when we are in these kind of challenges, we see couples that start blaming each other. They start feeling like a victim. Why did this happen to me, right? How did this happen to me? And we start to think that it is our spouse's fault that we are in the situation that we are in. And what we need to do is this little test that I'm going to give us right here. I'm looking at my notes, so pardon me if my eyes are wandering. All right, so I want you to do a little test to see how you are really handling the challenges in your marriage. So I want you to think about your most recent challenge, maybe the one that you're going through right now. So when you have that in your mind, not my mind, in your mind, you got it? Okay, hold that thought. And now I'm going to ask a couple guiding questions here. Do you run toward that challenge, or do you run away from it? Are you running toward it, or are you running away from it? Do you blame others for this challenge? How do you talk about it? When someone asks you, how is that going? What do you say? When someone asks, how's your day? How do you respond? When you're sitting with your best friend at lunch, how do you talk about this challenge? Are you criticizing, complaining about the pain? Or are you looking for the blessings? Do you see the lessons offered? Or do you see yourself stuck and you don't know how to get out? All right, so I work with a lot of people, and too often I see people running from their problems. I see people wallowing in their pain. I see people that become actually addicted to their pain and addicted to the challenges. I also see people that become numb to the circumstances and people that try to numb themselves out from the pain. They don't want to face it. It's a very natural human tendency. Doesn't really serve us, right? I also see couples that hit a bump in the road and then they call it quits. But I also see couples that use challenges to their advantage. And despite getting knocked down, getting laid out flat on their backs, they pick themselves back up. They have grit, they have tenacity. And when these storms of life and these challenges, the winds and the whirlwinds and the rain and the lightning is just pounding on you, they allow those moments to drive their roots deeper to create an even stronger foundation and a more beautiful external experience as well in their relationships. Honestly, the truth is that diamonds are forged under the most extreme pressures, and your marriage can be just the same. When we choose to see the blessings and the opportunities in our challenges, when we learn to learn from the adversities in front of us, instead of running from it, instead of complaining about it, instead of getting sucked into the awfulness of it, that is when we truly evolve and grow as a couple and as a person in our lives. I've had the opportunity to see this firsthand and working with a couple right now, a beautiful couple, but they had extreme challenges in their over 20 years of marriage. And these challenges drove them further and further apart from each other, widening a gap and a chasm, creating tension, creating fear, creating anxiety, creating distance, creating lack of trust, lack of intimacy, right? To the point where they were separated, didn't think there was any way they could fix this, on the verge of divorce papers filed. And with the most beautiful, courageous act, one of them chose to go first and said, I'm going to put my fear aside and I'm going to choose my marriage and choose this love and this hope of this relationship that I can have. And it was not overnight. It took time to rebuild that connection, for them to work on, those trust issues, to repair and rebuild that trust, that connection, that intimacy, to learn to understand what their partner's needs were and to meet those needs. All of these things that we helped guide them through. And now, as they're nearing the end of their time working with us, they are now facing a different challenge. I'm not going to go into details, but a new adversity has appeared before them. And it is amazing to hear the way that they talk about it now. The wife is asking how she can support her husband, whereas before she would have shut him out. She would have said, that's your problem. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm going to live in my world over here. Now she's concerned about how to help him with this, how to support him, how to love and nurture him. And this challenge is making them grow stronger. It's making them become more unified as a couple. That is a glorious thing to witness. And the truth is, we have the same opportunity in every single challenge, in every single issue that we can face in our marriages and in our lives. We can choose to let those challenges crumble us, because there's awful things that happen that we did not ask for and we did not expect. Life throws crap at us, and it's literally what we choose to do about it. Are we going to buckle to it? Are we going to allow it to defeat us? Are we going to allow it to make us feel weak, exploit our fears, right? Or are we going to take our power and go forward anyway? Are we going to allow that experience to teach us, to humble us, to unify us? And it's amazing when you look back in your lives at these times that were the hardest, you realize they were the best ones of your life. So I encourage you to think about the way that you're handling these challenges, because these challenges are what are going to define you as a person and define you in your marriage. Taking a deep breath because I just want to soak it all in. I've been through incredible challenges in my own life. I'm not just speaking spit here, but I know what it's like to go through extreme adversities and extreme challenges, both from things external to us that seem to be happening to us, and those that were inside of us ourselves that we brought out, the conflict and the tension, the personal issues that we had, and being able to work through those and seeing now how much stronger we are because of them. I now celebrate challenges, and I challenge you to do the same thing. Run toward your challenges, embrace them, and you will become stronger and better for it. So I love you, thriving family. I hope that you are well, and we will talk to you soon. Leave a comment below. I know a lot of you have expressed what your individual challenges are, and I appreciate that. That helps us know where you're at and how we can best support you and serve you in this group. So yeah, go ahead and leave a challenge. Let me know, or a comment. Let me know what you're challenged with. I swear I can talk. It's been a little bit of a long day, but no, I appreciate you and look forward to talking to you guys soon. So we'll talk to you later, and thanks.